Often, in religious education, lecturing and memorization of a catechism are the de facto way of teaching and learning. But one guy in the mid 20th century turned that idea on its head. Find out how the style of teaching came into UU spaces on today's episode of 3 Minutes in UU History. The Reverend Angus MacLean was a Universalist minister whose prominence in the first half of the 20th century was primarily as a professor of religious education. Born in 1892 in Nova Scotia, he was raised Presbyterian and initially denied ordination in that faith because of his liberal views. But the decision was reversed after his fellow graduates protested. Well, he is well known as a longtime professor at the Theological School of St. Lawrence University, eventually becoming the dean of the school in the early 1950s after his ordination into Universalism in 1945. He is perhaps best known for a sermon he delivered in 1951 and later republished in 1962. Entitled The Method is the Message, this seminal piece of academia has inspired several generations of religious educators since its original delivery. Putting forward the idea that the method by which we teach is as important as the message we are teaching, it calls into question every aspect of faith development, from how we develop lesson plans for the youngest children in our classrooms to how we deliver a sermon on Sunday mornings to the adults in our congregations. Lived honestly, the method is the message implies, for example, that you cannot teach the importance of justice work without doing the work of justice itself. Lived morally, the method is the message tells us that if we preach of beloved community and hold workshops evangelizing progressive ideas around racial justice, we cannot be merely a tolerant people, but we must be radically inclusive of all who walk through the doors of our churches. Lived ethically, the method is the message simply shows us the importance of our daily lived experience, reflecting a belief in the message of the 7 principles and demonstrating that they are central to our core being. And that, my friends, is 3 minutes in religious education history.